What happens when one of the most beloved talk show hosts in America comes face to face with royal entitlement gone completely off the rails? In just 32 seconds, a single dismissive comment would ignite a firestorm that turned a simple interview into the most shocking talk show moment of the year. Jennifer Hudson sat across from Prince Harry in her signature purple chair, her smile warm and welcoming, as always. The studio audience buzzed with excitement. This was supposed to be a feel-good conversation, a chance for Harry to discuss his latest charitable work. But what started as a routine interview was about to become something nobody saw coming. Jennifer leaned forward, her voice bright and friendly. "So Harry, tell us about the work you're doing with veterans. I know this cause is really close to your heart." Harry shifted in his seat, barely making eye contact. "Yeah, well, it's important work, obviously. I mean, I served, so I understand what they go through better than most people could." Jennifer nodded, trying to keep the energy positive. "Absolutely. And I think a lot of people appreciate that you use your platform to bring attention to these issues." "My platform?" Harry's eyebrows raised. "Jennifer, with all due respect, I don't think you quite understand the level of influence I have. This isn't just a platform. This is a global movement." The audience went quiet. Jennifer's smile flickered for just a moment, but she recovered beautifully. "Of course, I didn't mean to diminish what you're doing. I just meant that it's wonderful you're using your voice for good." "Using my voice?" Harry laughed, but there was no humor in it. "I'm not some influencer trying to get likes. I'm actually making a difference. Real change. Not just, entertainment." Jennifer sat back slightly. You could see it in her eyes. The shift. The realization that this interview was going somewhere unexpected. "Harry, I think we're all trying to make a difference in our own ways. That's what I love about having guests like you on the show. We get to share important stories." "Important stories," Harry repeated, his tone dripping with condescension. "Right, between the cooking segments and the celebrity gossip." The audience gasped. Jennifer's producer could be heard off camera, shifting uncomfortably, but Jennifer, ever the professional, kept her composure. "We cover a lot of different topics on this show, yes. That's what makes it accessible to so many people. We can talk about serious issues and also have some fun." "Fun," Harry said, leaning back in his chair like he owned the place. "Is that what you think this is? Fun? Do you have any idea what I've sacrificed? What my family has been through?" Jennifer's jaw tightened. "Harry, I think a lot of people have been through difficult things. That's part of the human experience. It doesn't make your pain less valid, but it also doesn't make you the only person who struggled." "Oh, here we go," Harry said, throwing his hands up. "The whole everyone struggles speech. Jennifer, you cannot possibly compare what I've been through to what regular people deal with. The scrutiny, the pressure, the constant attacks from the media. It's relentless." "You're right," Jennifer said, her voice steady but firm. "I can't compare our experiences because they're different. But I can tell you that dismissing other people's pain isn't the way to heal your own." Harry stood up suddenly, his microphone cord pulling tight. "I don't need a lecture from you about healing. What do you know about it? You sit here in your comfortable studio asking softball questions, pretending like you're making a difference." The audience was dead silent now. Jennifer stood up too, matching his energy, but with grace. "Harry, I think you need to take a breath. We're having a conversation here. There's no need to get hostile." "Hostile?" Harry's voice rose. "You think this is hostile? This is me being honest. This is me finally saying what everyone's too afraid to say. That these talk shows are just fluff. That people like you don't actually care about the issues. You just want the ratings." Jennifer took a step forward, her voice calm but powerful. "I've built this show on respect. Respect for my guests, respect for my audience, and respect for the conversations we have. But respect goes both ways, Harry. And right now, you're not showing any." "Respect?" Harry laughed again, that same bitter sound. You want to talk about respect? How about the respect I deserve as someone who's actually done something with their life? I've served my country. I've raised millions for charity. What have you done besides sing and smile for the cameras? The audience erupted in defensive murmurs. Jennifer raised her hand to quiet them. Harry, I'm going to ask you one more time to please sit down and let's have a civil conversation. Or we can end this interview right now. End it? Harry's face flushed red. You'd love that, wouldn't you? Send me off so you can play the victim. Tell everyone how the mean prince came on your show and ruined everything. That's not what's happening here, Jennifer said, her patience wearing visibly thin. What's happening here is that you came on my show, and instead of having a meaningful conversation, you've chosen to insult me, insult my work, and insult my audience. That's what's happening. Your audience, Harry scoffed, looking around at the crowd. Do you people not see what's happening? She's manipulating you right now, making me out to be the bad guy when all I'm doing is speaking the truth. A woman in the front row shouted back. The truth is you're being incredibly rude. Harry pointed at her. See? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're all so brainwashed by celebrity culture that you can't even recognize genuine authenticity when you see it. Jennifer walked toward him slowly, deliberately. Harry, I think it's time for you to leave. Excuse me? Harry's face showed genuine shock, like he couldn't believe she'd actually say it. You heard me, Jennifer said, her voice steady as steel. I've tried to be patient. I've tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you've crossed a line. You don't get to come into my house and disrespect me and everyone here. Your house? Harry laughed incredulously. This is a television studio, Jennifer. You don't own it. You're just an employee, like everyone else here. Maybe so, Jennifer said, standing her ground. But this is my show. My name is on it, and I decide who gets to stay and who needs to go. And Harry, you need to go. The audience erupted in applause. Harry looked around, bewildered, like he genuinely couldn't understand why people were clapping. You're actually serious right now? Completely serious, Jennifer said. I've given you multiple chances to correct your behavior. You've chosen not to take them. So yes, I'm asking you to leave. This is absurd, Harry muttered, reaching down to unclip his microphone. Absolutely absurd. Do you know who I am? I know exactly who you are, Jennifer said quietly. And that's the saddest part of all of this. Harry paused, his hand frozen on the microphone clip. What's that supposed to mean? It means that you came here with an opportunity, Jennifer explained, her voice softer now, but no less firm. An opportunity to connect with people, to share your story, to actually make the difference you keep talking about. But instead, you chose to be condescending and cruel. That's on you, Harry. Not me. Not anyone else. You. I don't have to listen to this, Harry said, finally ripping the microphone off and letting it drop to the floor with a loud thud. I came here as a courtesy. I came here to help your ratings. And this is how you treat me. Jennifer shook her head slowly. No, Harry. You came here because your people booked you on the show, and we welcomed you with open arms. We prepared thoughtful questions. We were ready to have a real conversation. But you came in with an attitude and a chip on your shoulder, and you took it out on everyone in this room. That's not true, Harry protested, but his voice lacked conviction now. It is true, Jennifer said, and deep down, I think you know it. I think that's why you're so angry right now, because somewhere inside, you know you messed this up. Harry's face cycled through several emotions at once. Anger, confusion, embarrassment, defiance. You're going to regret this, he finally said, his voice low and threatening. Is that a threat? Jennifer asked, her eyebrows raised. It's a promise, Harry shot back. Do you have any idea the kind of reach I have? The kind of people who support me. This is going to blow up in your face." Jennifer crossed her arms. "Let me tell you something, Harry. I've been in this industry for a long time. I've faced criticism, I've faced setbacks, I've faced people who wanted to see me fail. And I'm still here. You know why? Because I treat people with dignity. Because I lead with love. Because I understand that this business, this life, isn't about me. It's about connecting with others and lifting them up." "Spare me the inspiration speech," Harry muttered. "I'm not done," Jennifer said, her voice rising with passion. "You came in here acting like you're above everyone, like your pain matters more, like your story is more important, like your presence is some kind of gift we should all be grateful for. But the truth is, everyone in this audience has a story. Everyone watching at home has struggled. Everyone has faced things that felt impossible. And they don't need someone talking down to them. They need someone who sees them, who hears them, who treats them like they matter." Harry stood there, silent for the first time since the interview started going sideways. The audience hung on every word Jennifer said. "So, yes," Jennifer continued, "I'm asking you to leave. Not because I can't handle criticism, not because I'm trying to silence you, but because this space is built on respect, and you've shown none. This show is about bringing people together, and you've done nothing but divide. This platform is meant to uplift, and all you've done is tear down." "Fine," Harry said through gritted teeth. "I'll leave, but don't think for a second that this is over." "It is over," Jennifer said simply. "The moment you decided to disrespect me and my audience, it was over. Now please go." Harry looked around the studio one more time, his face a mixture of rage and humiliation. "You're all going to see," he said to no one in particular. "You're all going to see what really happened here." "We already see it," a man in the audience called out. "We see exactly what happened." Harry's hands balled into fists at his sides. He took a step toward Jennifer, and for a moment, the tension in the room skyrocketed. Security guards appeared from the wings, ready to intervene if needed. "Don't even think about it," Jennifer warned, her voice ice cold. "You've embarrassed yourself enough today." Harry stopped, breathing hard. "This isn't who I am," he said suddenly, his voice cracking slightly. "Then maybe it's time to figure out who you are," Jennifer replied, her tone softening just slightly. "Because this version of you, it's not working." "You don't understand the pressure," Harry said, and for the first time, he sounded almost human. Almost vulnerable. "You're right. I don't understand your specific pressure," Jennifer acknowledged. "But I understand pressure. I understand what it's like to feel like the world is watching, waiting for you to fail. The difference is how we handle it. And Harry, you're not handling it well." "So, what am I supposed to do?" Harry asked, and there was genuine confusion in his voice now. "That's something you need to figure out on your own," Jennifer said. "But step one is leaving this studio with whatever dignity you have left. Step two is taking a long, hard look at how you treat people. And step three is deciding if this is really the person you want to be." Harry nodded slowly, processing her words. He bent down to pick up the microphone he'd dropped, setting it carefully on the chair. "I'm sorry," he said quietly, so quietly that the audience had to strain to hear him. "I appreciate that," Jennifer said, "but you need to apologize to them." She gestured to the audience. "Not me." Harry turned to face the crowd. 200 faces stared back at him, some angry, some disappointed, some just confused. He started, then stopped. "I shouldn't have said those things. About the show. About Jennifer. I was out of line." It wasn't the most eloquent apology, but it was something. A few people in the audience nodded. Most remained silent. "Now please," Jennifer said, "go." This time, Harry didn't argue. He walked toward the stage exit, his shoulders slumped, his earlier bravado completely deflated. The security guards followed at a distance, making sure he actually left. As Harry disappeared behind the curtain, the audience sat in stunned silence for a long moment. Then, slowly, someone started clapping. Then, another person. Then, another. Within seconds, the entire studio was on its feet, giving Jennifer a standing ovation. Jennifer stood there, center stage, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. Not tears of sadness, but tears of someone who just stood up for themselves and everyone in that room. She raised her hand to her heart, mouthing "thank you" to the crowd. "We're going to take a quick break," she said into her handheld microphone, her voice thick with emotion. "When we come back, we're going to have a real conversation about respect, about boundaries, about standing up for yourself. Don't go anywhere." The cameras cut, but the audience continued to cheer. Production assistants rushed onto the stage, adjusting lights and checking equipment. Jennifer's makeup artist appeared with tissues and powder, but Jennifer waved her away gently. "I'm okay," she said to her team gathering around her. "I'm actually more than okay." Her producer approached, tablet in hand, concern written all over his face. "Jennifer, that was intense. Are you sure you want to continue? We can reschedule the rest of the show." Jennifer shook her head firmly. "No, we're going to continue. These people came here to see a show, and that's what they're going to get. We're not going to let his behavior ruin everyone's day." "But what are we going to talk about?" the producer asked. "We had a whole segment planned with him." "We're going to talk about what just happened," Jennifer said with certainty. "We're going to have a real, honest conversation about boundaries and respect and knowing your worth. Because I guarantee you, everyone watching at home needs to hear this right now." The producer nodded, making notes on his tablet. "You're right. This could actually be really powerful." "It already is powerful," Jennifer corrected him. "Now, let's make sure we honor that." The stage manager called out, "Back in 60 seconds, everyone." Jennifer took a deep breath, rolling her shoulders back and lifting her chin. She walked back to her chair, sat down, and smoothed her dress. The woman who'd been rattled moments ago was gone, replaced by the confident, composed host America had come to love. The lights came back up. The cameras went live, and Jennifer Hudson looked directly into the lens, her eyes clear and strong. "Welcome back," she said, her voice steady and warm. "I know that what you just witnessed was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me, too. But I want to talk about it, because I think there's something really important here that we all need to understand." She paused, gathering her thoughts. Respect isn't something that should be debated or negotiated. It's a baseline. It's the foundation of how we interact with other human beings. And when someone crosses that line, when someone decides that their pain, their story, their platform is more important than treating others with basic human dignity, we have to be willing to say no. We have to be willing to draw that boundary. The audience murmured in agreement, several people nodding along. "I've been blessed in my life," Jennifer continued. "Blessed with opportunities, blessed with success, blessed with this incredible platform where I get to talk to amazing people and share their stories. But that blessing doesn't mean I have to accept disrespect. It doesn't mean I have to smile and nod when someone talks down to me or to you or to anyone." She leaned forward, her elbows on her knees, speaking directly to the camera like she was talking to a friend. "If you're watching this at home and you've ever been in a situation where someone made you feel small, where someone treated you like you didn't matter, I want you to know that you have the right to walk away. You have the right to say, 'This isn't okay.' You have the right to demand better, because you deserve respect. Every single one of you deserves respect." The audience erupted in applause again. Jennifer smiled, letting the moment breathe. "Now," she said, once the applause died down, "I had a whole show planned. We were going to talk about different things, have some laughs, maybe do a little singing. And you know what? That's exactly what we're still going to do. Because one person's bad behavior doesn't get to dictate how the rest of us spend our day. We're going to choose joy. We're going to choose connection. We're going to choose to lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. Someone in the audience shouted, "Yes!" and laughter rippled through the crowd, breaking the tension that had been hanging in the air. "So stick with me," Jennifer said with a genuine smile. "We've got an incredible show still ahead, and I promise you, it's only going up from here." The cameras pulled back for a wide shot of the studio, capturing Jennifer in her element. The audience energized and engaged, everyone ready to move forward together. The moment that could have derailed everything had instead become a testament to grace under pressure, to standing firm in your values, and to the power of choosing kindness without sacrificing strength. What started as Prince Harry's interview had transformed into something much more important. A masterclass in boundaries, a lesson in self-respect, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply say, "No, this isn't acceptable," and mean it. And Jennifer Hudson had done exactly that.